Hello, my dear students. Welcome into the third lecture on food chemistry. Myself, Mr. Mangesh Bale. I am working as an assistant professor at Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce, and Science College, Jawar. So, we have seen physical methods of food preservation in previous lecture. Into this video lecture, we are going to learn study analysis of food product and detection of adulterants in milk. Okay, so first of all we will see milk. Into that milk, these are the content that we are going to study today. First one will be the composition of milk, then nutrients in milk, then types of milk, and fourth one detection of adulterants in milk, and last one will be the analysis of milk for lactose by Lane Enon method. So this part we are going to study into this food product, that is milk. First one, what is milk? Definition of the milk. Milk may be defined as the whole, fresh, clean, lactal secretion obtained by the complete milking of one or more healthy milk animals. This is the definition of the milk. Now, composition of milk. What are the compositions? Milk can make significant contribution to the required nutrient intake for calcium, magnesium, riboflavin, vitamin B12, and pantothenic acid. The species of dairy animal, its breed, age, and diet, along with the stage of lactation, number of parturitions, farming system, physical environment, and seasonal season influence the color, flavor, and composition of milk and allow the production of variety of milk products. Main constituents are water, solids, fat, protein, carbohydrate, and minerals. So these are the composition of milk. Now nutrients in milk. What are the nutrients present into the milk? First one, proteins, casein, lactoglobulin, and lactalbumin. These three proteins contain some 20 or more amino acids, including all of the essential ones. Second, carbohydrates, in that lactose will be present. Third, minerals. Into the minerals there is sodium, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, chlorine, sulfur in substantial quantities. Then magnesium, copper, iron, zinc, manganese, iodine in smaller amounts. Fourth one, vitamins. In that vitamins A, thiamine, ascorbic acid, vitamin D, vitamin E, riboflavin, niacin, pyridoxine, enzymes, phosphatase, amylase, lipase, galactase, and reductase. These are the vitamins present into the milk. So these are the four total nutrients present into the milk. Now types of milk. There are three types of milk. First one, fat free milk, then second, lactose free milk, and last, organic milk. These are the three major types of the milk. Now we will see one by one. Okay, types of milk. First one, fat free milk. See, into this fat free milk, fat free milk, also called non fat or skim, contains less than 0.2% milk fat. That means very less amount of fat will be present into this type of milk. All of these milks contain the 9 essential nutrients found in whole milk but less fat. This milk is suggested by dietitian for loss programs. See, if someone wants to lose their weight, that people will be taking this fat-free milk. This milk is recommended for athletics. Second type, that is lactose-free milk. Into this lactose-free milk, lactose intolerance arises due to insufficient or no production the lactase enzymes in the body, which is required for hydrolysis or digestion of the milk sugar, that is lactose. See, that means lactose free milk will not create after from the milk, actual milk, that will be directly coming from the cow due to the intolerance of the lactase enzyme in the body of the cow. Diarrhea may also stop lactase production and cause lactose intolerance for a week or two. See, if cow have diarrhea, then also lactose production will be stopped or intolerance of lactose will be occur for 1 week or 2 week. Some medicines and antibiotics can also cause temporary lactose intolerance. So this is about the second type, that is lactose free milk. Now third type will be the organic milk. Organic milk production by dairy farmers that use only organic fertilizers and organic pesticides, and their cows are not given supplemental hormones. Dairy farmers and producers make many specialty forms of milk to meet consumer preference and needs. Organic milk is also available as lactose free and ultra pasteurized. The nutrients content of organic milk is same as standard milk and offers no additional health benefits compared to standard milk. Stringent government standards with including testing all types of milk for antibiotics and pesticides residues ensure that both organic milk and conventional milk are pure. So this is about the organic milk. Now we will see the analysis of milk for lactose by Lane-Enon method. First we will see the principle of this method. Lane-Enon introduced methylene blue as an internal indicator for detection of endpoint while titrating filling solution with reducing sugars. That means in this titration, methylene blue is used as an internal indicator. In this estimation, redox reaction is involved. In this method, lactose is added to hot potassium ferricyanide under alkaline condition. During the titration, lactose solution is added to hot boiling solution of potassium ferricyanide. Lactose is oxidized and ferricyanide is reduced to ferrocyanide. See, in this principle, lactose is oxidized and ferricyanide is reduced into the ferrocyanide. The redox reaction continues till entire ferricyanide is consumed or converted into the ferrocyanide. Excess added sugar solution reacts with methylene blue indicator converting into leucobase. Filling solution A is copper sulfate, that is CuSO4 5H2O, and filling solution B is KOH with sodium or potassium tartarate. The copper second ions from filling solution are reduced to copper first in alkaline conditions on addition of reducing sugars. When all copper second ions is reduced, sugar solution added reacts with methylene blue. So this is about the principle of Lane-Enon method. Now we will see reagents. First reagent will be the filling solution A. How to prepare this solution? For that, we have to dissolve 6.9 gram of copper sulfate into 100 ml of distilled water. That will be the filling solution A. Second, filling solution B. For that, dissolve 2.5 gram of potassium hydroxide and 35 gram of sodium potassium tartrate in 100 ml of distilled water. That will be the filling solution B. Second, 5 normal HCl. For that, we have to take 125 ml of commercial HCl diluted to 500 ml with distilled water. That will be the 5 normal HCl. Fourth, 1% methylene blue, which is indicator. For that, 0.5 gram of dissolved in 50 ml of distilled water. Fifth, 1% lactose solution. For that, we have to dissolve 1.0 gram lactose dissolved in 100 ml of distilled water. That will be the 1% lactose solution. And last will be the 10% acetic acid. For that, 10 gram of acetic acid diluted to 100 ml with distilled water. Here there is no 10 gram, here 10 ml acetic acid diluted to 100 ml with distilled water. Okay. Preparation of sample solution. That means how to prepare sample solution. For that, weigh 1 gram of milk powder and transfer it into a clean 250 ml beaker. Then add 15 ml of distilled water and warm to dissolve the powder. Precipitate of proteins by adding 1 to 10 ml of acetic acid is formed. See, we have take beaker 250 ml beaker and transfer into that 1 gram milk powder, and after that we have added 15 ml of distilled water and warm for what to dissolve the entire powder. After that, when we add 1 to 2 ml acetic acid, then precipitate of protein will be formed. Then digest the precipitate on water bath for 20 to 30 minutes. Then filter that entire precipitate along with mother liquor. Then the solution through filter the solution through what one filter paper number 42. Collect the filtrate in a 250 ml standard flask and dilute to volume using distilled water. See, that means we are interested into the what filtrate, that entire filtrate we have to transfer into 250 ml volumetric flask and dilute with the help of water into the up to the mark. So this is about the preparation of sample solution. Now, standardization of filling solution. For that, pipette out equal quantities of filling solution A and filling solution B, 5 ml each, and are taken in clean, dry, evaporating dish. Boil the contents by heating on wire gauze. Titrate the boiling solution against 1% lactose solution till the blue color is discharged. To this solution, add about 3-4 drops of methylene blue indicator and continue the titration till color of the indicator is discharged. At the end point, the color solution of the solution should be discharged and supernatant solution should be yellow with brick red precipitate of copper oxide. Note down the readings as V1 ml. Last part, that is the estimation. For that, pipette out exactly 5 ml of filling solution A and 5 ml of filling solution B in a clean, dry evaporating dish. Then boil the contents by heating one wire gauze. Titrate the above boiling solution against sample solution till the blue color discharged. To this solution, add about 3-4 drops of methylene blue indicator and continue the titration till color of the indicator is discharged. Fifth one, at the end point, the blue color of the solution should be discharged and supernatant solution should yellow with brick red precipitate in between. Note down that reading V2 ml. Now simply the calculation, percentage of lactose in milk is equal to 5 into V1 upon V2. This is the simple calculation to find out the percentage of the lactose by Lane-Enon method. Now we will see last part of today's lecture, that is detection of adulterants in milk. There are total 10 adulterants we are going to study today. First one will be the sugar. For sugar identification, take 5 ml milk sample in a test tube, add 1 ml of concentrated HCl and 0.1 gram resorcinol. Place the test tube in a hot water bath for 5 minutes. Appearance of red color indicates the presence of added sugar. See, many farmers, they are adding external sugar into the milk. Okay, for that, this is the method for identification of sugar into the milk. Second, starch. For identification of starch, take 3 ml sample in a test tube. After boiling it, thoroughly cool it to room temperature. Add 1 drop of 1% iodine solution. The appearance of blue color indicates the presence of starch into the milk. Third, hydrogen peroxide. For that, we have to take 1 ml milk sample in a test tube. Add 1 ml of potassium iodide starch reagent solution and mix well. The appearance of blue color indicates the presence of hydrogen peroxide for milk. Fourth one, formalin. To identification of formalin, we have to take 10 ml of milk sample in a test tube. Add 5 ml concentrated sulfuric acid with a little amount of ferric chloride without shaking. The appearance of violet or blue color at the junction of two liquid layers indicates the presence of formalin. Then fifth number will be urea. For identification of urea, we have two methods. First one, take 5 ml milk in a test tube, add 0.2 ml urease, that is 20 mg per ml. Shake well at room temperature and then add 0.1 ml 5% solution of bromothiamol blue, that is BTB solution. The appearance of blue color after 10 to 15 minutes indicates the presence of urea in milk. Then second method, take 5 ml milk sample in a test tube, add 5 ml para-dimethyl amino benzaldehyde reagent. The appearance of distinct yellow color indicates the presence of added urea, whereas formation of slightly yellow color indicates the natural urea in milk. Now sixth number, ammonium sulfate. For that, we have to take 2 ml milk in a test tube, add 5 ml sodium hydroxide, 0.5 ml sodium hypochlorite and 5 ml phenol. Heat it boiling water bath for 20 seconds. A bluish color forms immediately, which turns deep blue afterwards. Then seventh one, nitrates. For that, we have to take 10 ml sample milk in a beaker, add 10 ml mercury chloride solution to it. After mixing, filter through Wattmann filter paper number 42. Take 1 ml filtered in a test tube and add 4 ml diphenylamine sulfate or diphenylbenzidine reagent. The appearance of blue color indicates the presence of nitrates. Then 8 number adulterant will be benzoic acid and salicylic acid. For that, take 5 ml milk in a test tube, acidify with concentrated H2SO4 and ferric chloride solution is added drop wise. It is mixed well. Then development of buff color indicates the presence of benzoic acid, whereas the development of violet color indicates the presence of salicylic acid. Ninth number adulterant, that is borax and boric acid. For that, we have to take 5 ml sample solution in a test tube, add 1 ml concentrated HCl to it. A turmeric paper is dipped in and it is dried in a watch glass at 100 degrees Celsius. If the turmeric paper turns red, it indicates the presence of borax or boric acid. Last will be the detergent. For that, again, take 5 ml of milk sample in a test tube, add 0.1 ml 0.5% bromocrystal purple solution. The appearance of violet color indicates the presence of detergent. So these are the total 10 adulterants that may be added into the milk that we are going to find out by particular process or the method that we have already seen. Okay. So thank you, dear student.